Well, I gotta tell you, the Clicks Communicator was not first up on my bingo card for 2026, but a pleasant surprise today nonetheless. I wanted to talk about it. You know, we're going to have our regular kind of end of the year, would have been the Christmas message for the channel in the next couple of days. I got sick, so I was delayed a little bit. It'll be like the old Top Gear Christmas specials that come out in March or something like that, but there is some channel stuff I wanted to share. But today I wanted to talk about the Michael Fisher Clicks Communicator that his company announced today. There were two products. There was the keyboard that had kind of the MagSafe flip-up functionality, which I liked as well. Kind of could turn your iPhone into a Priv, which I think is an interesting device, and we might do something on that later on. But I wanted to talk about the standalone, or not really the standalone device, that is a companion device that is basically, if you look at the design, the form factor, the way they were holding it, kind of, they even had one next to it, kind of a BlackBerry classic, a Q20. And I think that there is definitely a market. It seems much different from what Crackberry Kevin had talked about. I did a video on that device, kind of the rumored return of BlackBerry, that was meant to be, or would be, or whatever, if they're working on it, would be a premium device, a flagship level BlackBerry branded device. This is not that. And I think it's a lot more practical and actually has a chance to succeed because of a few different reasons. They talked about the keyboard up front, obviously, keyboard device. That's what people are going to be in tune with. Bigger keyboard, I like that, can be easier to type on. What I like is, and this is something that I think that the Clicks team does well, and they do a lot of market research, and I think they understand their place, where the products fall. They do an excellent job kind of keeping things running. Software is going to be the biggest thing, and that's why they address that up front. And I think they absolutely nailed the essence of what we're looking for, because a new device, it's a keyboard device, isn't going to get away from Android. It just doesn't seem practical to me to be on anything else but Android. They're not going to develop their own OS from the ground up. They're not going to have that kind of resources to bring a BlackBerry 10 back or something like that. The way that it's done, working with Niagara Launcher, really great idea. Getting a kind of a heavily skinned version of Android that's geared towards notifications, doing those well, communication, not necessarily a distraction-free device, but definitely an interesting phone that is meant for users who want to have their keyboard and their phone be a communication device. It's right there in the name, right? Clicks Communicator. I worry a little bit about the companion stuff. I get why, because you want to kind of not box yourself in. You don't want to have a product that's just $500 that's going to be just this thing that keyboard users have to buy into. So you don't want to limit your market. You do want to take a chance to kind of siphon off those iPhone users, those Galaxy users, whoever you can get, to like, okay, you have your big phone, your flagship, your $1,000 phone for things like that. But then you have this other standalone thing that you could bring with you that will have a SIM card, will have connectivity, can be standalone, but you can have it as a companion with cellular data and mobile data and go that way if you wanted to as well. I worry about that a little bit. I hope that they kind of lean into both equally. I hope they explain that well, because we had that, if you remember that Palm phone a few years ago, the Verizon thing that was like a kind of a standalone, that you had your regular phone and you put a SIM in this and you could kind of use it as a standalone, but nobody really did. You could bring it into the gym with you, or you could bring it when you don't want to carry your actual phone. It got a little confusing. I'm somebody I do this for a living. I'm used to carrying around multiple devices at once. Most people aren't. So they're gonna be like, hold on. I'm already carrying around my phone, my $1,000, $1,200 smartphone. Now you're saying I gotta carry this other kind of bulky thing around that uses the, I do think that there is some work to be done making sure the marketing is clear. But if you're somebody who understands what's being offered, if you're somebody who's like myself, who pines for the days of BlackBerry, who understands the value of purpose-built devices. Heck, I still use a Tandy 102 in 2026, so I certainly understand the benefits of purpose-built devices, and understanding that they've done an excellent job getting the software to where this makes sense, right? It had to be a heavily skinned, like Unihertz. I love the Unihertz Titan 2. I think Unihertz has done an excellent job not just slapping a keyboard on an Android phone and saying, have at it, okay? Unihertz did a great job integrating the keyboard, capacitive touch, long press, short press, keyboard things, productivity things, to make the keyboard feel like a natural extension of what you're doing on the phone. This, I think, the Clicks Communicator takes it a step further. So let's talk a bit more about it. The 4 nanometer process chipset on a MediaTek, that to me screams a Dimensity 7000 series chipset. That's okay with me. I don't have a problem with that. Kind of a mid-range. That's what you'd expect in a $500 phone. So especially one that has a lot of other things going on for it. 4-inch display. So again, keeping that dimensions, kind of like the Passport, kind of like a BlackBerry Classic. 4,000 milliamp hour silicon carbon battery, which is impressive to me. It made me chuckle a little bit because they can get to a silicon carbon battery faster than Samsung can. I understand it's a niche product and it's easier to move a product like that towards a newer technology like that than it is to bring the entire Samsung ecosystem with it. Here are some other things that I think are really done well. LED notification, right? We've talked about this for years. There are practical benefits to an LED notification light in 2026. It's not just this legacy feature that people pine over or whatever. It has practical benefits. I can have an always-on display, and across the room, let's say even a few feet away, I can't tell which icons are being displayed. Not only can I tell which icon or which apps are sending me messages or I'm getting notifications through, but I can see which apps, and I think you could link the notification LED to people, and you can see priority messages as opposed to spam. Great idea. I can lay it face down or face up because it's on the side of the phone, frame facing me. Hey, it's a green LED, it's a red LED, it's a purple LED. I think those are the colors that we saw. I'm getting a message from so-and-so, I need to respond to that, or I can just whatever. I like the fact that they said triage notifications. Big thing, right? Android's gotten better with it. iOS is a disaster. I like the fact that there's a way to have the notifications that mean something to you that you need to respond to. And you saw Slack on there, you saw WhatsApp, you saw all these compatible things. They're going to be working with developers to make even more apps compatible, to get the functionality, like the crossover functionality as a companion device. Also the standalone stuff, running Android 16. There were some security things in there as well. 3.5 millimeter headphone jack makes a lot of sense. Micro SD card expandable storage makes a lot of sense on a device like that. So I think that if you're looking for tone, if you're looking for a company that understands its user base, if they already do, right? And that's why I said when Clicks does a lot of the consumer testing and research because they understand, they don't overreach, they know what they are, and they deliver productivity beyond just the nostalgia. And I think that's what the Clicks Communicator is aiming to do. $500 is a decent amount of money. You buy it early, you get it for $400. I think that's really a sweet spot. That's really, probably going to be really nice. I like the interchangeable backs. I love the form factor. I think there's a lot of things going for this device. And if you're somebody who's been kind of hoping for a keyboard or BlackBerry revival, I think this is certainly high on your list. If you don't want to use it as a standalone phone, you can use it as a companion device. I love that in that you could kind of lure people over. All right, you get people used to the keyboard again. Hey, it's pretty good. You know, maybe I don't need this $1,000 smartphone next time around. Maybe I could just stick with this. So there's some things there. I don't want to get boxed into just a companion device, standalone device as well. A lot of compatibility there, a lot of bands. It should work fine. I am looking forward to getting one in the hand. Of course, we're going to have one here. We're working on that as we speak. We will have one here. We'll have to get the retail version. We get one early. But it's definitely a device I'm excited about. Was not expecting it. You knew they were going to be working on something. I expected something like the keyboard thing, which is interesting. I like the idea of the MagSafe kind of. If you need it, it's there. You slap it on the back. You get MagSafe. Maybe the Qi 2 stuff on the Pixel 10. I don't know if that's compatible or not. Link it up, slide it down. Keyboard when you need it. Slide it back up. Battery pack, so it adds additional utility. Right? It's not just a keyboard that's slapped on there. It's also a battery pack, so you could get some extra functionality there that makes it worth it. So that's an interesting device as well. Another, dip your toe in the water. See if you like it. You like the keyboard, like the additional functionality, the versatility, you can pick up something like the companion, the communicator. So overall, an exciting day if you're a BlackBerry fan, an exciting day if you're a physical keyboard fan in now 2026. So we're not going anywhere. Last year was a bit rough. We'll talk about that in another video. Not rough for any serious reason, just there was a lot going on. So we'll have a different year this year for sure. That is my promise to you, but we'll start off strong. And there's never a bad year has been started talking about a keyboard device right after the new year. And we got my Passport here. I'm looking forward to trying out the Clicks Communicator, and hopefully you are as well. If you made it this far, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Until next time, have a Happy New Year. Have a Steve-alicious New Year. I'll see you next time.